Okay, hello, welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Faction Wars. We have just taken the city of Antioch, and we're going to kick things off by rolling the dice, because our main hero is still pretty close to Antioch, and we are not too far off affording the level 3 Mage Guild. It is 6 of each precious resource instead of 5, which is kind of a shame. I was hoping it was a bit less than that. Okay, so we need... This is going to be really expensive. How about before we do this, we see what we can get in terms of resources. So there's a campfire just here. That's 6 extra mercury. This, of course, is a dead end, so we're going to have to pull back to where we were. We can go up to the windmill, but we can't quite reach. Already visited the gazebo, so can't get too many resources of this guy. One of our scouts up at the top has already moved. This guy has not yet moved. I'm going to actually think a bit more about what to do with him. Let's have a look at who else is available. This guy, I guess, but he can only really pick up gold. So this is potentially kind of expensive. However, I think we just do it. We're not too far off. So we need 2 crystal, and that's literally it. Because we got the mercury, we're actually completely fine. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go back to this. It's day 1, so we can get a lot of extra units. We can actually afford the Cloud Castle immediately if we want. That's kind of tempting, but I think we should try and avoid recruiting giants because they're way too expensive to upgrade, even on a very rich map like this. I'm going to go for Mage Guild level 3 instead, and let's see what we've got. So Fireball, Master Spell, and Identify Hero, that's really quite disappointing. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's go back into the town. Let's pick up some of these units, and also need to replace the marksman. So in terms of what's available, we did just build the ivory tower, so we have a good number of magi we can recruit. 12 rocks, also pretty good choice. 44 halflings could be okay. If we go back to Dimitri, he does have 26 archers. I don't think that's going to win us over. Let's go to the stables. Let's go back into this. So we picked up the extra spells. This guy has very few spell points, but I do have a plan for that. I think we're just going to go with the Magi, and we're going to go with the rocks. That doesn't make sense because we already had nomads. Well, the rocks are a lot better than nomads, so I think it's probably fine. Okay, so let's start going south. I will go for some experience. Then I'm going to go back to Dimitri. Going to go into the town, going to pick up the nomads just in case. And is there anything else for him to do? 15,000 in the bank. I think we're going to save the gold for now. There is some stuff we can recruit in this town. We can also go for a blacksmith, which I think we should, because we do have a massive excess of ore compared to wood at this point. That seems like an obvious choice. In this town, we have just picked up the cathedral, so we can pick up to 6 paladins. Also a pretty good choice. I don't know how we're actually going to select which units to prioritize for the main. Honest answer, probably just going to make it up as I go along. But what I'm planning to do is I'm going to go to the south, and I'm going to go to the well, make sure we get those spell points back. Then once that is done, we're going to take on the air elementals, go to the oasis, give ourselves access to extra ore production from the artifact. Then we go up to the northwest, we're going to take on the ogres, take on the liches. That gets us a gems mine, which is really important for producing giants and titans, of course. If we go slightly further to the west, we can take on the cyclops. Grab the gold mine just there. Would probably stop at that point because we still don't have expert pathfinding. So probably won't bother with any of this stuff. It's all a bit risky with the genies and their potential to half one of our stacks. What I do want to do with Dimitri is I want to get rid of some of these mediocre artifacts. So let's get rid of these. Let's take Evercold Icicle because we do now have Cold Ray. The rest of this stuff, Golden Bow is unlikely to be useful anytime soon, but it is longer term, maybe quite good. And most of the rest of this stuff's pretty strong. So I think we move straight south. Also, the other advantage of going this way around, not just the magic well, not just the extra income, but also, of course, we can go back to the Freeman's Foundry and upgrade a couple of these stacks. Is it worth going to the oasis? I'm going to assume it probably is. I'm going to ignore the sulfur mine for now. Okay, go to the Oasis, it does get us quite a lot of extra movement points, then we're going to move towards the Magic Well, and I probably should have just left him with the slower units. I don't think there's faster units even. Don't think there's too much we can really do about that. Okay, so this hero is going to go up to this, get ourselves some gold. Can't remember if we can pick this up. I assume I just left it there because it's not that good, but maybe there's a guard or something. Can't remember. Okay, so that just leaves Ector, who doesn't need to go to this. We can go up towards this. We can pick up a few extra units if we want to. So we've got available to us 18 archers, 5 pikemen, 44 peasants. I will pick up the archers, I think. Is it worth also going for the pikemen? Thing is, we'd need a way to upgrade them. I can't see a Freeman's Foundry nearby. So yeah, I think... even though we have bought them, I think we just stick with the faster units, go back out, and start moving towards our main. Let's go for this 2, actually. 2 extra crystal. Is that what I bought? I think it is, isn't it? Okay, so I didn't need to spend all that gold, but never mind. Lots of gold available to us. I am actually very tempted with this guy to go back and start following the path again, because we can see some mutant zombies up there, that should be fine. Lots of fire elementals could be kind of tough, but the path should lead us to our potential next opponent. And it would be good to know what they're up to. If we go east instead, horrible movement penalty. We do have logistics, we don't have pathfinding. I think we need to skill up a bit. We can also go to the gazebo for that. Just hope we get pathfinding. I think if we go to the east, follow that path, we can't take on lots of great druids, can't take on a dragon city. I think this is the one to go with. A little bit risky. But yeah, 20 spell points. We do have some spells. Let's try it. So a few losses expected. So the 2 hex unit will go for a block of 2 hexes. That does of course make sense, but it looks like they are going to try and focus down the archers. I'm going to go for the most forward block I can, although I guess it doesn't really make too much difference. Okay, so spell options, lightning bolt, 25 points of damage, very weak. Okay, so we do kill 1 off. It's not great. These are 5 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty difficult to avoid. I think we just move down. Prepare ourselves to block, and let's actually just check this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can reach us if we go there. I'm just going to go to here. It's a little bit safer. Then we go for this because they are the closest to us, and this stack... I'm going to go slightly closer, but I don't actually want to get directly involved at this stage. Okay, they're going to try and be clever. I think we lightning bolt. Don't love doing that, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so 1 stack can reach us. It doesn't actually manage to get a kill. 2nd stack does. This stack has not yet moved, but I don't think can reach us. Let's go for them anyway. And should we throw ourselves into this? 1 to 2 kills. Yeah, this is the stack of 3, so it should be pretty safe to take on. And let's go for these guys. So if these guys come down, they can kill this off pretty easily. I think we want to go for the strongest attack we can. So let's go for a lightning bolt on this. Weaken it as much as possible, hopefully get 3 kills instead of 2. Okay, these things are pretty weak anyway. This should be in our favor. Okay, so how are these doing? 9 hit points left. Don't much like the look of that, but we do get the next few turns. So still got pretty much all of our hit points. Let's go for the strongest stack we can. Okay, 1 of those left, so we kill this off. These guys go for an attack, they don't manage to get an extra kill, so just the 1 loss, that is perfect. Unfortunately, we have to take on lots of ghosts to go for the gazebo. I do really want to try and get pathfinding. How close am I? Really close. Still, we should get the experience either way. by taking this next fight. This is a bit more efficient, so I will go for that. I will go for advanced logistics. Go for it again. Basic pathfinding, perfect. Okay, so this hero is actually going to have the potential to be pretty useful. That is one maybe slight mistake I've made in this playthrough so far, is probably Atlas would have been a good choice for a main, but I feel like we should stick with the kind of campaign custom heroes that we were given. They were designed to be used for that purpose, I think. But yeah, lack of pathfinding is definitely an issue. Okay, going back to this, not too much we can do. Do we want to build something like a farm? Not especially. This town does have lots of units available to recruit. We should probably find a spare hero somewhere. I am thinking of recruiting a hero of the Necromancer class, just because if we do capture this, we can probably reach the point where we have effectively 3 good heroes. We could have a wizard-focused hero, a knight-focused hero, or just mix and match between the two, and we could then have a Necromancer hero. Probably overkill, but this is about as large as a Heroes of Might and Magic 2 map can get, so there is some argument for having at least 3 decent heroes, plus in the short term, we can pick up some extra units. So, these two I did look before I started recording, they're exactly the same. I'm going to go for Zom, and I'm going to pick up some of these creatures. So we want paladins for sure, those are extremely cost efficient. We want cavalries because we can upgrade them for free, and we should also be able to upgrade... Well, we could actually recruit these, upgrade them for free, but that feels a bit cheesy just because that option is not available to us in the base game. It's only an F-Heroes 2 thing, I believe. So I'm going to make things slightly tougher for myself and pay the full expense, and then we can't actually afford all the swordsmen. Okay. That's unexpected. So do we go for the stables, get our upgrade, come straight through? I think we do. We don't have too long to catch up. Okay, so that's everything spent. Let's just end the turn there. No sign of movement whatsoever. We know we do actually need gold now, so let's go for some of that. And I think we'll move in this direction too. So a couple of gems there, that's good. This guy still has plenty of movement points. Okay, so we go back to this. We got all of our spell points back. Should have actually maybe done it after taking this next fight, but never mind. Let's try and not spend too many spell points in this fight. I do want to keep things fairly knight focused. I don't want to give up on that and just go for a full wizard lineup. I will go for this. Okay, so Cold Ray now does 330 points of damage. Let's go for that on the strongest deck we can. Yeah, that does absolutely tons of damage. I didn't want to go for the spell points, but I think we will take losses if we don't. Okay, so if we go for this, these guys move next. Let's go for Cold Ray on them, because they're the biggest threat to our mages. Then yeah, I think we go for this. They are annoyingly fast, but I'm assuming this is okay. Yeah, no losses, perfect. And we get advanced pathfinding, which is extremely important. Go for the Oasis, and yeah, we can't go back to this, so just got to accept a small loss to our movement points. 32 ogres. That could be kind of rough, but I think it's got to be done. They are very slow, so if we just don't do what the AI presumably did, which is throw in the rocks, if we just be a bit more conservative, should be pretty much fine. Of course, they didn't go for any casts. Also, ogres are so much less tanky than overlords. I always forget that. They're so slow, they feel like they should be more tanky than they are. But yeah, the difference between ogres and overlords in this game is insane. Also kind of true of Heroes 3 as well with the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi have way more hit points than basic ogres. Okay, perhaps I should give myself the ability to actually step out, but I can do that in a sec. Okay, do we go for this? I don't think we do, because although they can reach us, we don't want these 2 stacks to reach us. I will move up to here. And these take a step back. So these have 2 speed, so it should be 1, 2, can't reach us. Okay, it's now crunch time, let's throw ourselves in. Let's not use too many spell points. Shouldn't need to. Great. Okay, next fight, 19 liches. Not gonna be nice. Hopefully the rocks can reach them pretty soon. I'm not sure if we're actually faster or not. But I am willing to use spell points here for sure, because yeah, I don't want to take those losses. Okay, so unfortunately liches are fast speed instead of average, so our rocks don't get a turn anytime soon. If we go for haste, that would actually, I think, make the difference. So yeah, 4 speed, these are 5. Thing is, if we just speed these up instead, it's kind of the same effect. If we go for Cold Ray, however, we kill a stack instantly. So I think the question is, are we willing to take losses to rocks and champions? Or do we want to really go out of our way to minimize losses to the Magi? Probably impossible to fully protect the Magi, I think. I'm not sure this is the right choice, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay, here we go. So this stack is definitely attacking the Magi. Let's finish those off. 18. There we go, we do take a loss, that sucks. It'll be worth it. This is definitely a good fight to take for the long-term good of our wizard forces. Okay, fine. I will go for this, and I will go slightly further west. Take the experience, and this is 17 Cyclops. Could be kind of rough, but again, I think in this kind of fight, we're definitely willing to use our spell points. So this one's going to be a lot more defensive. 110 points of damage, so a third of what we do with Cold Ray, except it costs more. Yes, we can hit 2 stacks at once, but at best we can hit 3, which is just matching Cold Ray. Not a very good spell. Let's go for this. Okay, should we go for this attack? I guess so. Okay, next round begins. Let's go for Cold Ray on this. 0 to 1 kills. Probably picked wrong there. Thought we'd do more than that. So 5 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't reach the Magi. I don't care that much if they kill a swordsman or 2. Hopefully they won't go for the rocks. But yeah, I'm going to skip the turn. Okay, that's fine. How are we doing? 30 hit points left. One to 2 kills, I think we just go for this. Alright, that's fine. I'll pretend that I knew they were going to multi-attack there. Obvious in hindsight, of course. Alright, let's go west. Let's grab this. Guarded by a bone dragon, good thing we checked. Then we're gonna go for this. And that is just because our scouts have no hope of getting there on their own. Okay, now that we have pathfinding, do we go for the treasure chest here? I think we do kind of need gold, but I'm gonna try and No, I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to go for these instead. Okay, so this choice, what do we need? So we have 1 spell power. This is a bit of a weird map object where you can pick spell power instead of attack and defense, and I think we kind of need to. Okay, so that is free to pick up. Let's go for a few archers. Okay, so at this point, there's not really too much else we can do with Atlas. I think we're going to go for this gold, and we're going to start looping back somehow. Could try and maybe break through somewhere else, but yeah, lots of Grand Elves, don't want to do that. Don't want to do lots of Great Druids. Might have another look at this. Very interested. See how much stronger they get. So orange, I think, is very similar to before. Purple's still kind of scary, green's still scary, red doesn't look that good on paper. Although neither do we, I guess. Yellow doesn't look that good on paper. Yellow looks like the worst. So yeah, the kind of human characters, the characters you can play as a human, clearly at a disadvantage here. Still have no idea what to expect. Okay, I'm gonna go for this, and I think we do want to just carry on and get as close as we can, so we can join these forces up. I will go for this though. Okay, so that just leaves Dimitri. Dimitri has already been to the stables, has already been to the gazebo. Could pick up a couple more nomads, which I guess we will. And that just leaves this guy left, so we upgrade to champions. We will go to the mercenary camp. Okay, so what do we have to spend? We do have 5 wood, which is what we need. That's kind of the key thing for getting the buildings going. Upgraded ivory tower could actually be done, which is interesting, but not a priority at all. Upgrading this thing to a castle is definitely good to do, so I will potentially prioritize that. I should probably build something though. So armory requires the tavern, tavern requires wood. Don't really want to be forced into that. I will go for the statue for now, just because we do have that excess of ore. And we also know that we can, despite how rich this map is, we can definitely run out of gold if we're not careful. Okay, so if we upgrade this, it is expensive, but it's also really quite good. Fortifications is so expensive. Costs way too much ore. Upgraded armory also costs us the resources we want to hang on to. Okay, I'm going to hang back for now. Just going to end the turn. So red is on their way back, and we should be able to get a good look at both of these heroes. So Darlano is just a scout, and Deep. He's actually pretty good. Several bone dragons. I think I'd have to say is ahead of me in terms of army strength. Okay, do we go for this? I think we do. So we're very close to leveling up. Yeah, we still have just advanced pathfinding, and I don't think we can justify going west and risking a fight with 11 genies. I will go for a little bit more experience. Okay, not the choice I wanted. Fine. Okay, I think we just move on. Go for this. Could have maybe gone back to the well, but that's quite a detour. I'm hoping we can get spell points somewhere else. Doesn't really look like it though. Okay, let's go for this next. This should be quite straightforward. Prefer to fight the servants. No losses, 2,500 gold. Go back to Zom. For now, I think we just give ourselves as many movement points as possible. Then we go back to Dimitri. Go across to this. Have to fight a battle first, that kind of sucks. Ah, I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad move. I could have used the extra ore. Although, we're doing okay for ore. Does this guy have pathfinding? No. Okay. Need to be a bit careful. So, more bone dragons to the south, also presumably guarding a way through to another zone. Okay, so what can Zom do that's useful? Probably just carry the units slightly further up. Could go for diplomacy if we want to. I think just moving straight north is the best thing we can do. 2 archers, not really worth the effort. Okay, let's go back. So if we wanted to upgrade this, we need the blacksmith, we need the armory. So we've already got the blacksmith, but to upgrade, or to build the armory, we need to build the tavern. That's 15 wood minimum. And then an extra 5 on top of that, which is 20 wood, I think. So the equivalent of upgrading this to a castle, which is, I think, more useful. I'm not going to bother doing that. Focus on getting a castle instead. This is kind of interesting. But yeah, all of this stuff requires expert pathfinding at a minimum. So nearly back with Atlas. This guy's going to keep going. Disrupting ray, okay, I was hoping for blind or something. Okay, this is not good. A pack of Greater Druids is easier than this fight. But I don't massively trust that. Several War Trolls, doable in theory, but don't really gain that much. A bit of gold. We could go around, and I think I prefer that. Okay, so Ector bringing up the units. Do we just carry on? Do we try to go a different way instead? We are 2 turns away, so this does actually work quite well. Okay, so back to this. I feel like maybe I'm being too conservative here. Should maybe just start spending more wood. So if we want to actually get a long-term source of wood, what options are actually available to us? There appears to be a sawmill just there, but yeah, this guy can't take it. Need more units. If we go into this town, 24 halflings available, that's not going to be enough to break through lots of earth elementals, of course. Any other sources of wood? I'm not seeing anything great. Okay, well I don't want to trade too much gold away, I don't think that's wise. I do want Cloud Castle by the end of the week, that does require 5 wood too, so yeah, I think hanging on to the wood is still the best choice. Even though I would like a cathedral here for sure. Yeah, that's just too expensive. Okay, let's leave the slower units behind. What's the fastest thing we can pick up? So average speed is the best we can do, so yeah. Okay, I feel like I should be spending more resources, but yeah, everything just requires the wrong types of resources, so I'm going to end the turn there. Red's strongest hero apparently wasn't that guy Deep. But Deep, he does look scary, but not scary enough to break through a pack of bone dragons. I'm not too worried about him just yet. Okay, gonna go for gold. We'll take some skeletons, so 31 skeletons. Can we break through this any other way? No, we have to take on Earth Elementals, Pikemen, or a pack of Great Druids. Spellcasting, we don't even have a spellbook. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Okay, so let's go back to Ector. Let's pass these units across. We'll keep one of these. Okay, so we're now a little bit tougher. We could potentially go for the Druids. Frees up the path, which in some ways I care about more than the crystal mine. They are 1 hex units, which means we can't reach them on first turn with the champions. I fear I'll regret this, but I'm gonna just go for it. Yeah, losses look kind of horrible. I just want them gone. So, Lightning Bolt, 50 points of damage. Let's do as much as we can. Let's hope for morale. Probably not worth it. Just gonna finish these off. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I should have gone for Lightning Bolt. Ah, that sucks. Okay. Okay, we don't have enough spell points anyway, it's fine. Nine losses, could be worse. Does make this next fight slightly tougher, but let's just go for it. Okay, no losses expected. Let's go for Advanced Leadership. Graveyard. I wouldn't risk it with no spell points. This looks good. Let's go for this. Should tell us a lot. Okay, wow, here we go. So there's yellow. That's yellow zone. There's UAC, don't know what that stands for. Ice Creamer. Is Ice Creamer his best? So this is also very much blocked off. Lots of Bone Dragons, lots of War Trolls. Yeah, this map does not intend you to reach your opponents anytime early. There is actually an extra Night Town. Very easily achievable. Pack of Crusaders we can't really do. That is obviously our next target. City of the Dead, 2 of those. If we push south. Does allow us to connect our lands, but of course we're not strong enough to do that. Okay, let's start moving up towards the city. And then Ector can't move any further. This guy goes for this. Don't have to fight anything for it, which is good. I will go for a level up because there are some useful skills we could have. This guy's never going to be a main, so I'm not going to go for archery. Okay, fine. Spell point situation, 15 out of 10, so I think we can safely skip the well. Okay, Atlas is going to go for this. Then let's come back down, pick up a few nomads. This guy can just move so incredibly far. Okay, so this hero I think we should do a little bit of scouting because she's not really doing too much else. So, how far can Sir Sargon go? Let's have a look. So we can reach the Minotaur Kings, we can reach the Dragon City. This is actually a failed guard, you can just go around him. But I will take the fight because that is almost certainly what the map creator intended. So 2 Dragon Cities, is that worth it for the dragon production? There is some extra ore there too. Does it tempt potentially for a lot more nomads? Probably worth a go. I think we'd need Dimitri to come up with 20 nomads, then we get about 20 more from this. 5 more from this guy. Make that worth it. Wouldn't really want to bring the mages to a Dragon City. Make sure we don't miss this. Okay. We're gonna go for it. That's probably the best setup we can use. Do we want to give up any of this stuff? +2 attack. I think we'll keep it for now, but this guy does need some more space. I don't know if Nomad Boots double up. I don't know if that works, so I'd probably, just to be safe, I'd give it to a scout. 19 Minotaur Kings. Spell point situation, 82 out of 160, but no great source of any more unless we go to Zabran. Does require us to waste a turn there. The other thing is, we don't have, like, gold situation is really good right now, but potentially not long term. So I don't know about the Dragon City, but I'm just going to go for it. So no losses expected there, I'm actually quite surprised. 6,000 XP needed. Gonna focus on gold. And then we go for this. Okay, so those losses are okay looking. I don't want to lose those paladins. What can we do? I think Steelskin. Yeah, because they're immune to our best spells. Haste could be interesting. I mean, yeah, haste could work pretty well. So these guys have 5 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we haste them, I don't think they can get close enough. These, I think, would be strong enough to kill off. I'm not actually sure. 5 to 10 damage each. Yeah, no, I think Steel Skin is a safer bet. Just keep ourselves mobile. So they're still going to go for those, okay. I will go for this. I don't really want to open up that space. The 3 dragons to attack. Paladins do move next. I think we just go for it. Although, just to try and protect the paladins, I'm going to absorb the retaliation with this. Then, out of these 2 choices, 30 hit points left on this. Let's make sure we use all of our power to get morale. So yeah, we kill these off and then these 3 stacks can all hit us. We have 25 hit points left. We probably do lose one. 8 damage on that. Throw this in, 0 kills. I don't think we even bother. Is there anything I could do to stop them attacking me? This would work, but it would force me to expose 2 of my stacks at once. These do 25 to 50 damage. I think we just skip the turn. There is a chance we survive. 9 damage and 7 damage. 1 hit point left. Okay, so we do get the next few moves. How much can we do? 0 to 1 kills on this. 200 hit points, almost certainly not going to work. If we go for Cure, stores 55 hit points. That's perfect. So all 3 of these have all of their hit points. I'm just going to go for this. 22 damage back. $25 hit points on this. There's a decent chance. Okay, so let's assume these can kill off a stack. So if these 2 work together, can we kill off a stack with them both? Maybe at the loss of 1 swordsman. I'm just going to go for this. So we do take a loss. They did exactly the right amount. If they did 1 damage less, we could have saved 1. It's a shame. Do we wish to recruit some dragons? I'm not able to just yet, but if we send someone else up, we can. Okay, let's go for this. Atlas is going to pick up 2 of these. It's very expensive, but a nice thing to have for sure. So I must confess, I'm not sure how Dragon Cities work at the end of the week. I'm hoping we can just get some more. Okay, so taking on the Medusas. Probably do want the Magi. So this should be fairly straightforward. So 25 Medusas, champions can reach them straight away. Don't need to overthink it though. 27 Greater Druids. For this one, I think we do want the dragons. If they can run off, that'd be perfect, but I doubt they will. Okay, actually no losses expected, so we're getting pretty tough. So we have some nomads available to us. We can maybe take on the liches. If we can take on the liches with no losses, we do have the right composition for it. We are slower than them, as before. But yeah, if there is a way we can do it with no losses, we might as well. Then we might as well go for this. Okay, here we go. We're starting to really build momentum now. So Desert Tent for a few more nomads. We can pick that up with someone else. Artifact, I think we pick up with someone else. Let's go for this next. So 37 Great Druids, I'm not sure that could possibly be worth the losses we'd probably take. Can Atlas get close enough to take the units? He can't. Okay, let's just go for this in that case. Get ourselves extra movement points on him next turn. So how are we doing? Still not great for wood, but we're getting there. Next turn should be able to upgrade this to a castle. Cloud Castle does of course require wood. Check this enough times, let's not check it again. Okay. Gonna end the turn there. So we can now see what yellow's up to. I'm not really worried about yellow and red. I think that's intended to be quite doable. This, unfortunately, is a bit of a dead end. Hope for some wood. Nope. Yeah, I really want to break through that, but no way to do it. Okay, so what do we do next? 37 Great Druids. The thing is, we could do it with our spellcasting. This feels arrogant, but I feel like... yeah, maybe. So we can't cross. So I think what happens is they focus down the Paladins turn 1. If we go for Cold Ray, 330 points of damage. Kills them off easily. If we go for Haste instead, maybe take a loss to the champions. We go for Steel Skin. Feels risky because I'm just assuming they'll still attack regardless, and we might be able to tank. I think we just kill a stack off. And hope for morale. Okay, so we survived the turn. Do we go forward? I think we actually hang back. And let's throw these in. 3 to 7 kills, there is some chance we take a loss. But let's go for it. No. Okay, no, that was completely fine. Of course, could still take a loss later on, which is kind of what I meant. Okay, so... I feel like we probably don't need to cast spells, but I'd like to do this with no losses. We are really getting very strong, very fast, which is great. And we get Expert Pathfinding, so all works itself out. We get a bit of extra experience from that too. Let's go to the Oasis. I think we leave this stuff just as gold. We don't need the experience too badly. Okay, get ourselves the extra spell power. Do want to take on this fight, but for now, go get some defense. We have a lot of movement points. Mutant zombies, no chance of any losses there. So we push through. 13 rocks, again, should be quite straightforward. They want to join us. Wow, okay, so diplomacy working great for us there. We can get ourselves inside here, potentially go for... could go straight for the castle. But we can't build the Mage Guild on the same turn. So if we want our spell points back, we need to find a well. We definitely want to break through this, allow our forces to connect. Extra Dragon City up there is tempting. It is also just really tempting to see if by the time we reach this point, lots of Bone Dragons, lots of War Trolls, can we just push through all of that? What's the alternative? The alternative is probably go south. Pack of Bone Dragons, 2 packs of Bone Dragons. I feel like if we wind round, go back to this, we can maybe get strong enough forces around the start of next week. How close would we be to going for 2 levels of Cloud Castle? We need a lot more gems. So if we want to access more gems, we do have the gems there, but there is... I know there's at least one other gem mine we could have gone for. There's one there. One there too. All of this is a big detour, but we do now have Expert Pathfinding, there's gems there too. So yeah, gem sources, quite a few of them if we go north, but then it's harder to reinforce. Getting all the gems, kind of pointless if we can't get the Titans. Most of all, do want to wipe out these players. Okay, let's go to our scouts first, let's save ourselves needing to make a call on any of that. Some experience, we can't reach the town, that kind of sucks. Okay, do we want to spend our resources on upgrading this to a town, or do we want to go for a second wizard town instead? Let's focus on gold for now. This guy's very close to leveling up, but we don't need too much for that. I will go for 1 level up, and we do get logistics. That works out incredibly well. This is also quite doable in terms of leveling up, but let's go for a bit of gold in this case. And I'll go for XP here. This guy's going to be useful for the rest of the game. Go for advanced logistics, and desert tent just there. Could grab those nomads, but let's go for this instead. We do level up again. Choice between leadership and luck. Let's go for leadership. I will level up. Okay, no luck. Well, we do get luck, but not the kind I wanted. Okay, so Oasis is not doable. Standing Stones, we might as well go towards that. This guy needs to pick up this stuff. So we're getting tons of gold. I will go for a level up. I will go for pathfinding. That does work out. This hero is one of the most disappointing of all, but does actually reveal a sawmill for us. So there is an argument, of course, for just staying in the zone, really farming this zone to death, making sure we get a few really strong cities going. That is... well... the other thing about going south is we could start building up Zom as a proper hero. Get ourselves some extra Necromancer towns, get a really good Necromancer hero going. I don't want to overthink this. I'm already overthinking it too much. But there are lots of choices. Okay, let's ignore all this with the main. I think he just needs to carry on. So let's go for these fights. These are range units, so we just want to get stuck in there with some melee units. Before we do, make sure these guys go up top. Do we want to take the fight with the War Trolls? I think we say no. Yeah, I'm just going to say no. Okay, so Atlas is not close enough to take our units off us. Zom, I think, also can't reach. Yeah, let's not risk it. Let's go for all this stuff. So the units he's carrying are 12 Master Swordsmen. That's not really worth prioritizing. We'll level up. We'll go for pathfinding. Okay, so next thing to do, we can push up to the arena, we can go for the gems, we can loop round to the east. Around the end of the week, are we going to be near the stables? I think probably not, actually. Pack of Phoenixes, this is all kind of overkill. I'm not sure it's really worth the effort. We can go for some more gems there. Push through to the east, go straight south, go to this. Other option is we could maybe try and go for a Throng of Champions. No, I'm getting carried away. Shouldn't do that. Dragon City just there. Maybe worth going towards. I'm surprised there aren't more ways through to yellow. So if we go downwards, start taking on the genies, I feel like that would be winnable if we can get enough spell points. If we go northeast instead, push through the iron golems, go for the graveyard, get ourselves the crystal mine, we can get ourselves some more nomads, go to the Xanadu, get lots of stats, and potentially push up to a point where presumably there's some way through. Yeah, we can see bone dragons just there. That's going to be a way through to yellow. That might work. We might already be strong enough to. Do need to make sure we get ourselves some spell points, but we could take a chance on finding a well somewhere, or if not, absolute worst case scenario, there's some wood there which is always useful. We can go towards the Night Shadow, get some spell points from there. So I think this guy just needs to go north. And we're just going to commit to that, hope for the best. This town I think I do want to upgrade because if nothing else, I can start actually getting some units and have a specific focus on trying to get through the Orc Chiefs. If we try to bring some more units down from here, is that going to work? Not really, this guy is too far off. Okay, I am going to upgrade this. So that's all of our wood gone. But does allow us to get going, plus we do have a rock power stack, so we can double down on the rocks. Okay. Let's end the turn there. So still no sign of the really scary opponents, not really sure what's going to happen with them. So in this town, the pen is just gold. Statue does require ore, and is maybe more useful long term. However, approaching day 7, so we want to actually get some decent dwellings going. So I think day 6 pen, day 7 cliff nest. Unfortunately that wouldn't allow us to get the well. Go for ivory tower, we need the foundry first anyway, so that doesn't really work. Orchard could be good. Not useless for sure, but I think, yeah, cliff nest before the end of the week is still the best choice. Okay, so going back to this guy, let's just go straight to the north, and let's make sure we don't waste any movement points. Go for these for sure. I am not actually going to chase them. We'll go for some knowledge, and then let's go to the east. Let's take these on. Very straightforward. At this point, these fights are really beneath us. So spell power, we should be okay for all of that stuff. I think pretty satisfied with that. Defense skill is interesting just because those kinds of fights where we could have taken a loss to the Crusaders, the Paladins even, I'd rather avoid that. I feel like attack skill is probably good enough. Care more about surviving. So Archmagi, these guys are fast, but they're guarding something we definitely want. Okay, I was hoping they'd run off. So they get to move next. They are 6 speed. These guys are 4 speed. So we can send in the rocks if we haste. If we fireball, 120 points of damage. Does kill off 2 stacks, that's probably the best choice. So, after just suggesting that I don't like the spell, it's actually gonna do me some good favors there. Okay, let's hope for morale. Nope, okay. Still, we avoid losses. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Meant to actually attack, of course. That's kind of annoying. Still, we shouldn't take a loss. There we go. Okay, we're going to go for this. We're going to go for the level up, which might cost us gems. 10,000 experience by visiting this. We're going to say yes to that, of course. Expert ballistics. And where do we go next? So, day 6. So we can go day 7, some of this stuff. Visit the stables. It probably is worth staying around this area. If we go west instead, there's some useful stuff there, but not stuff worth going out of our way for. Okay, so yeah, I think move towards all of these things. This guy goes back to the town, and do we just pick up some units now? Does that really help us? I'm going to leave the skeletons behind. So what else could we do? We could go to the west and see what's available in these kinds of areas. If we were to attack straight away on day 1, would we be strong enough? Kind of doubt it. I guess on day 1 we could build the Mage Guild, get ourselves some actual spells. This guy's okay. He's not a good spellcaster. I don't know. Okay, so what does this guy do? He can bring some units, but it would take him quite a few turns. He can also go back towards this. Of course, mustn't forget we do want to absolutely make sure we get that Cloud Castle next turn. We can actually go for some of this stuff, but it's not actually that useful. A pack of rocks for extra gem production is pretty good. Desert tent for some extra nomads, but we have to take on the Minotaurs first, I assume. How good is our spellcasting? It's not non-existent, but it's not good at all. Could always go for the level up. But no, I think probably best thing we can do really is go back towards the town, or could go back towards this. Aim for the start of next week. Get some more units. That might be better. Can't really tell. Okay, we're going to go for a bit of experience in this case, and this hero we could use. We are already kind of using him, so I'm gonna go for luck. Gonna make sure we get this within the week. Gonna say yes to that. So this town, again, doesn't really come with anything useful. We don't have enough wood to get much done. Go for the experience, go for advanced pathfinding of course, and we can start getting some more momentum going with him as well. Okay, let's go to Zom first. Okay, so this is the bag of crystal, endless pouch of crystal, not useful, not useless, but not that useful. Advanced pathfinding, okay. So, getting really good pathfinding going now. I don't want to just go for experience on everyone. In this case, I'm just going to go for gold. And can't really go too much further here. So yeah, there's definitely a case for getting some more heroes going, just to open up the zone. So this guy can go and pick up all of that stuff. Is he better off following on from Sasagon? No, I think going for gold is completely fine. I will build him up just in case. And of course, day 7 coming up soon, so perhaps could have waited slightly longer before going through all this. So if we just hang around, we can go to the stables, although if we just go up in this direction anyway, that should be fine. Want to make sure we go to the watermill before the end of the week. Okay, so Ector goes for this. We will go for the experience, we get estates. Not planning to really use this guy, but if there's a stat boost just there, I will take it. Okay, almost everyone's moved. This guy, I think, is probably better off staying where he is. Although, we can probably get back. So yeah, there's the way through, presumably to red. Although it could be something completely different. So this town, do we just build the Cloud Castle now? Because we know for a fact we do want it. I think, yeah, let's get it out of the way. So we're going to have giant production. Hopefully next week we can turn that into titan production. We just need a few more gem mines perhaps. We can find a pile of gems somewhere that does allow us to kickstart that, but long term, gem mines are great. So, with no wood, we could trade for some, but no, I think hold our nerve. What? Finally the day when the tourney results are posted is arrived. Everyone received their arobas. Okay, that was incredibly generous and completely changes my strategy for the foreseeable future. What do we do with that? That's so unexpected. We can turn this into an immediate town, but I would like more paladin production, but we can't do it in this town. We could do it in this town though, because that's an immediate boost. Like, it's annoying to bring them back, but that's so good on day 7. I'm not going to overthink it. So what else can we build on day 7? Priority is maximize creature production. So going to avoid temptation to upgrade this. Could build the farm, is that silly? I do get a bit irrational on day 7. Will I ever use peasants in this playthrough? I don't know what my opponents have, so I'm not going to rule it out. Same thing here, I guess. It's day 7. I just want to maximize creature production. I'm well aware it's probably pointless. So, Cliff Nest here. Is that the best choice? On day 7, I think yes. Cliff Nest costs wood. I forgot about that. So that does rule out building an extra castle this turn, but that's okay. to keep these things going. So upgraded ivory tower. Not urgent. Mage guild level 4. Could be interesting, but we're pretty close to upgraded Cloud Castle, so I don't want to get carried away. Guarded by a paladin. We should win that. So Shield of Protection is +2 defense, not that amazing for our main at least, but not bad for this guy. Okay, go for the Sulfur. Grab this. Do we go for the extra stats? Are we going to use this guy? I wouldn't rule it out, but this is probably the toughest part of the map to cross, so if this guy's whole shtick is the fact he has logistics and pathfinding, then he might never become a main, but then again, better safe than sorry. Okay, so we can level up if we go for this. Let's just move towards it. And Dimitri needs to go back towards the town. Can't end the turn in the town, unfortunately, but we're pretty close. Okay, so Zom is going to pick up some nomads. Expensive, but good to have them around. Then we've got Hector. Hector, I think, goes south. Yeah, there's lots to pick up there. Let's hope for wood. Do actually get some wood. But there's not any massive reason to upgrade to a castle on day 7. It's more important for these kinds of towns, but again, this town already producing as many units as possible. Okay, so lots of rangers don't particularly want to take that fight. If we break through, no immediate benefit. Lots of ghosts don't want to take that fight. Lots of cavalries. Potentially useful, but for now, might be better off going south, opening this stuff up. Okay, gonna move the main last. Go across to this. No major change in the situation. Purple does now have giants. Okay, let's start coming back. So just this guy left to go. We want to stay pretty close to the stables. Yeah, there's no other source of that easy movement. I will chase these down, because yeah, I feel like we can take these kinds of fights with no real losses. So if we want to, we can go really beeline for the sack of gold, but we have no slots. We'll go for this. And this fight, 10 phoenixes. Good to know it's 10, so it was a pack. So it could have been up to 19. 10 is a lot easier to deal with. We will take losses, for sure. That artifact's pretty good. Extra damage on lightning bolt. Still, I'm not sure it's worth going out of our way for that. Unfortunately, I don't think we can reach Dragon City this turn. I'm not going to take this fight. Can we reach? We can get close. Let's skip. So if we throw this guy in, he's got enough hit points, probably won't take a loss. Ah, crap. Didn't think they could reach us, but don't manage to kill us off, so it's okay. So if we send this guy down, maybe. I think we do it. So they do 3 damage back. Yeah, so our defense has got really good at this point. Can these guys force us to friendly fire? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. So some losses, pretty likely. Okay, so we do want to defend the paladins, who will presumably be targeted again. If we rush these forward, probably better than wasting their turn. Yeah, they are still going to go for the paladins. We do instantly kill them off, and we don't take too many losses. Chance we get a kill. Okay, do we go for this? I think we do. So 34 hit points to go, we should be pretty safe. Perfect. So 2 extra red dragons. Then I think we wait here for a turn. We did say we want to go back to the stables though. Oh, it tells me right here. Perhaps a dragon will become available next week. Good to know. I assume it will just be 1 dragon instead of 2. I doubt it'd be that generous. So if we go for the Great Druids, is that a better way to loot back? Don't think we need to decide this turn. Okay, so we've built in pretty much every city we can. I think we stay on top of this since it is F Heroes 2. Okay, ending the turn there. Month of the Unicorn. So we've made it to month 2. We can see there is a castle town, or a night town even, to the south. So this hero takes a while to get back. Let's go back to this guy, let's find out. Yeah, just 1 available this time. Still, 5 red dragons is great to have. Would be very good against druids, but we can't reach them first turn. Lots of ogres, pack of phoenixes. Maybe is worth doing that, especially if we're going to go back that way anyway. Should have gone to Tree of Knowledge. Okay, well, I think we've done enough of this part, so thanks for watching, guys. In the next part, we are definitely strong enough to pretty much make a push in any direction we choose. These 2 other potential human players, quite possible to take down, I think. Perhaps not yet, but we're getting exponentially stronger with every part, so should be interesting to see what comes next. As always, do check the playlist link in the description for all further parts, and I'll see you next time.